The WHAS11 night team is all new right now. Another major business leaving downtown Louisville.
Well, we're not happy. I mean, it was kind of a 1-2 punch.
Fifth Third Bank pulling out of its downtown skyscraper, moving out of the central business district. We'll tell you where they're heading. Plus, Ford says it's slowing down electric vehicles and the number of batteries they'll need. What the chief financial officer said today. And then,
I'm not satisfied. I think they were ill prepared for what they were going to run into.
residents from Portland and West Louisville look over how tax revenue would be plowed back into their neighborhoods, but only after a special taxing district is created. Right now on the WHAS 11 Night Team. Right now tonight, it's another major departure from downtown Louisville, the second in 2 days. Fifth Third Bank is now leaving its 4th Street skyscraper and making the move to New Lou. The developer in New Lou confirming the move to WHAS 11 News. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. Of course, it comes one day after Humana stunned the city by saying it's leaving its distinctive building after 40 years. WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dederer and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie are joining us live downtown at 4th and Market right now. And Alex, what are other business owners telling you about this move tonight?
Doug, Fifth Third Bank has had its Kentucky operations here at this building off of 4th Street for many years. And now it's moving to a new location several blocks east to a new location in New Lou. And while city leaders that we spoke with today tell us that this is a step towards revitalizing downtown, one downtown business owner we spoke with says that this is a step backwards. An empty plot of land on the southwest corner of Shelby and Jefferson in New Lou will soon be 12,500 square feet, occupied by Fifth Third Bank, leaving behind the 4th Street skyscraper in the heart of downtown.
And that's really going to contribute to the explosive growth that we're seeing in New Lou.
Developer Lee Wayland of Wayland Ventures confirmed the move to WHAS 11. They're the group behind the New Lou project. This news comes just one day after Humana announced it'll be leaving its downtown tower after 40 years. Greater Louisville Incorporated President Sarah DeVasher Wisdom says the move is a natural extension of the downtown region.
And it may seem like a lot of announcements at once, but we're very hopeful that this is really the beginning of a true renaissance and a revitalization of downtown.
But for Beer Nose owner George Timmering,
Is that one going to?
the two big announcements have left him with questions and concerns.
Well, we're not happy. I mean, it was kind of a 1-2 punch. Humana's been a great corporate citizen. Fifth Third Bank and the building that they've had there on 4th Street has been a big part of downtown for a long time. So they're hits.
Timmering just moved his restaurant from near the 2nd Street Bridge further into the heart of downtown. He wants to see people moving to downtown, not leaving.
To me, life's about momentum, and when you have two things like that, it kind of hurts your momentum a little bit. So I want the downtown momentum to just keep on growing, you know.
GLI says this building downtown will be undergoing major renovations at the end of the year. They also say it's still too early to have conversations about who or what will go into this building, but they do say that GLI is having conversations with brokers to find the best business to take over. Fifth Third Bank is expected to move into the new New Lou location in 2025. Live in downtown Louisville, Alex Dederer, the WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Alex, thank you very much. A lot of people on 4th Street tonight. Well, the city is still wrapping its head around the surprise announcement by Humana that it's leaving its tower on Main Street, which was built by its local founders and opened in 1985. The company is moving its employees to its waterside building on East Main Street. Today, in his first public comments about the Humana departure, the mayor says he's not giving up on the tower's future.
Let's be clear. Humana is not vacating downtown Louisville. Humana will remain a critically important part of downtown Louisville. Humana owns the building right now. We are in conversations with them already. We're going to be reaching out to many others. We're going to be soliciting ideas. They're, I'm sure, going to have ideas. And so hopefully it will be a collaborative process. But Humana owns the building. And so they ultimately will make the decision about the future. The
Humana Tower is expected to be empty in the next 18 to 24 months. All news since 6 o'clock. Following reports of mold, bugs, and safety concerns at Louisville public housing properties, Metro Council now launching an investigation into the Louisville Metro Housing Authority. The Government Oversight and Audit Committee approving an order to start the investigation tonight. It means it doesn't need full council approval. The investigation would include looking at the circumstances of the housing conditions, the leadership and management at the Housing Authority, and identifying any shortcomings in training or policy. Councilmember Ja'Cory Arthur represents the downtown area that includes Dosker Manor and co-sponsored the original proposal.
I want to encourage all the residents to get involved with the investigation so that we can work together to make the Housing Authority better. We got some of the best public schools, public libraries, and public parks in this city, and we think that we should have some of the best public housing as well.
Physical condition.
Right here, the newly appointed Housing Authority Director Elizabeth Strojan was asked about the investigation last week after a meeting about Dosker Manor. She told us that she welcomes all ideas and thoughts on what they can do better.
So I'm not worried about an investigation in terms of what they might find or anything like that, because if there are issues, I want to know about it. That's my job, to know about it.
Strojan, who's only been on the job a few weeks now, says she also wants to sit down with council members to go over the information and reports that are already publicly available. Right now, new on the night team, Ford today confirming it lost $5 billion on its electric vehicle operations last year, and it won't be launching its next generation of vehicles right away. The company's CEO also saying they are now reassessing the EV business and the amount of batteries needed to meet demand. That, of course, has already had an impact on the two big battery plants Ford is building south of Louisville in Hardin County. Back in October, the company announced it's delaying the production at this second battery plant. Today in the Ford earnings conference call, Chief Financial Officer John Lawler said they still believe electric vehicle sales will grow.
But we know that we have to have this electric vehicle business stand on its own and be profitable, because we know that there are competitors out there. We talked about that, the Chinese as well as Tesla, that are profitable.
Ford went on to say that it will not launch its next generation Gen 2 electric vehicles unless they get to a profit and return on investment capital at the pricing that is more in line with traditional cars and SUVs. Meantime, Toyota is investing in electric vehicles at its plant in central Kentucky. The automaker is investing $1.3 billion into its factory in Georgetown, just north of Lexington. Toyota says they aim to build a new electric SUV at the plant and add an assembly line to create battery cells for other electric vehicles. Brand new here on the night team, reinvesting in West Louisville. West End Opportunity Partnership leaders were in the Portland neighborhood to hear what residents want to see in their neighborhoods. The group is responsible for spending money raised in a special taxing district called a TIF. But as the night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Addie Hill found out, many people still have serious questions about how it's going to work. What'd you hear tonight, Taylor?
Well, Doug, residents I spoke to tell me there are still unanswered questions about how the initiative works. Residents wanted to know more about where money is coming from and how it will affect them. And some are even concerned if they will even be able to afford their homes due to increased property taxes.
The West End Opportunity Partnership is hearing from Portland residents for the first time about what they want to see in their neighborhood.
Very serious job.
Good education, quality education.
This nonprofit organization is responsible for revitalizing all 9 of Louisville's West End neighborhoods. The group has promised to reinvest 80% of tax dollars collected in special taxing district known as TIF. That percentage of tax money raised in the district is returned to that area, but it means residents will soon see an increase in taxes, and those who own property and need assistance qualify for a special loan to pay the taxes. But some residents still have unanswered questions.
The refund back to the residents if their property valuations go up, and they were not prepared to answer that question at all.
Richard Meadows is the vice president of the Portland Neighborhood Association. He has an idea of how it's supposed to work, but still has questions.
When the money comes to us, I have a lot of questions about what it's going to be spent on.
Councilwoman Donna Purvis says she was expecting more details after the meeting. She's concerned for elderly residents who may not understand the process.
I'm still trying to figure this out. I mean, I've heard so many different things about the amount of taxes assessed.
So far, the Weston Opportunity Partnership has received $30 million in funding, $20 million from community donations and metro government, plus $10 million in state funding.
If housing values go up, that means the money coming back to the community for reinvestment will go up. That's why it's important to have these meetings.
Although residents I spoke to weren't too satisfied with the way the meeting went, some think this initiative could be great for West Louisville.
I think it's a good idea that some of the tax money be returned to the West End to do some good.
And the Weston Opportunity Partnership will have its next meeting in Park Duval next Tuesday at the Southwick Community Center. In studio, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Taylor, thank you. A former Louisville Catholic school teacher will remain in federal custody on child pornography charges following a hearing today. Jordan Fouts is accused of photoshopping photos of students onto explicit images and sharing them. Fouts was a part-time 7th and 8th grade religion teacher at St. Stephen Martyr Catholic School in Louisville. Some students from that school were at the hearing today. The judge says Fouts is a danger to society and more students at the school as well. His attorney, however, asked for his client to be put on house arrest because of his mental health condition and medication needs.
It said he had a previous diagnosis of bipolar and anxiety. That's all I know. You citizens think all these people get their appropriate medication and mental and physical help? No, that's why I was angry.
Federal prosecutors claim Fouts fabricated the images using real photos, including graduation pictures. They say he could still have access to more unidentified victims. Prosecutors are also still looking to identify the unknown victims. If you believe your child may be one of them or have information about this case that can help, email the FBI. Their address is ssmtips@fbi.gov.